I'm so hungry. How are you guys doing? I'm doing well. I wish you could talk back to me. That's why I love reading the comments because I'm just I'm not alone. I'm not just talking to a camera. I feel like the house is not up to par. We are hosting Friendsgiving coming up very, very soon. Some of our closest friends are coming over for the night. We're having a fireside Friendsgiving. I made these invites and they're so, so cute. I sent out the invites a month ago. Carlos just got a list of what everyone's bringing and it's gonna be so exciting. We didn't host Friendsgiving last year, I don't think, and we didn't host Friendsgiving the year before. So it's been a few years. Our first year living in this house, we hosted Friendsgiving and that's when we had the catering company out and do an entire setup in our yard and we had vendors and stuff and it was so much fun. That Thanksgiving was probably the biggest one. We had 25 or 30 people at our house. This Friendsgiving, we're keeping it super intimate, just our closest friends. There's gonna be 17 of us, I believe, 17 or 20 of us. I'm so, so excited to see everyone. As you get older, you get so busy and it's difficult to find time that aligns with 17 people in the group. Can you imagine trying to figure out a time that works for everyone? So I'm just so excited to get all of our closest friends together, celebrate Thanksgiving and start the holidays and so many different things up my sleeve for gifts and stuff. You won't see that in this vlog, but I definitely will be vlogging that, obviously. I'm definitely gonna show you the little gift ideas in case you're also hosting and you're thinking of party favors for your guests. I got the cutest idea the other week and I'm so excited to put it together. What we're gonna focus on is tidying up the house, cleaning it, and organizing it. It's not super messy. I think the messiest place in this home is my studio. My studio is basically where all the packages and the PR go. So that is what's that little bowl that you have by the front door? The catch-all bowl. My studio is the catch-all room. It just catches everything. But first and foremost, your girl is so hungry. I'm starving, so I need something to eat. Carlos is editing in his office, so I'm gonna whip up a factor for him as well. I just don't feel like cooking and making an even bigger mess in this kitchen. We did the dishes, the counters are cleaned off, even though I wanna deep clean and disinfect them. We have green chili queso burger. We have shredded chicken taco bowl, which is always good. Garlic herb chicken, always delicious. This was actually one of my first meals from Factor, and it still hits to this day. And I've been eating Factor now for, I think, a year or a little bit over a year. We love Factor in this house. Corn and shredded chicken cavatappi. And then we have chicken pot pie pasta. I think Carlos mentioned that he wanted that. He's been on this chicken pot pie kick. And then we have feta chicken. And I also love that the calories are on the side here. So you can see how many calories and all of the details for your meals. It makes it really easy to stay on a routine, especially if you have wellness goals that you want to reach. It is the busiest time of the year. November and December is absolutely chaotic. So Factor just makes life so easy and convenient. Boom, boom, boom. And these meals are fresh. They are never frozen. They're delivered directly to your door. Pop it in your fridge. You're ready to go for the week. They're also chef crafted, dietitian approved, and they're ready to go within 2 minutes. We get to choose the meals on our app. It's so easy from the comfort of your phone. You go on, they have 100 rotating meals that you can choose from. Actually, I think it's over 100. There are so many meals to choose from. And I've never had a Factor meal that I didn't love. They rotate them weekly so it doesn't get boring. They have Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, which is what we have. They also have Keto. So you actually can pick what food fits your lifestyle the best. I also feel like it's healthier for me to go this route rather than ordering. Look at that beautiful meal. I love corn. So good. Make sure you guys head to factor75.com or click the link down below. And make sure you guys use the discount code KimTaiFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. Plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code KimTaiFB50 for 50% off. Plus free breakfast for 1 year. It's amazing.
Ooh, thanks, babe.
You're welcome, baby.
Oh, really good. Wow.
And we are done, my friend. It was so yummy. Thank you so much to Factor for sponsoring the vlog. Love you guys. I just want one. The other one's for you.
Oh, no, baby.
No, here. Save it for later. If you don't see it later, it's because I ate it. Baby, this is the best thing Crumble's ever done.
These things are really good. They should keep them.
It's so soft, but it's the chewiness that gets me.
Yeah.
And it tastes so good. Our life. They're trying to steal. Oh! Wow, Riley George, that was so mean. Riley George, you have to apologize. Riley George, apologize to Cooper. That was so mean. This is our life. Morning cuddles. Omen's jealous, so he's coming. Oh, sweaty, oh man. Omen was in deep sleep and he heard you hold Casper, so he's coming. Sweaty. Casper. Hi. What are you, and there, okay. Here comes Riley George. Okay, we were all just napping. The house was quiet. And what happened? What happened? What happened? Hi. Okay, you guys, we have something to tell you that happened. Rocky's here joining us because it is his story time after all, right? And we want him to be here because we want everyone to know that this happened, but he is okay now. So it was, what time was it? I think it was about 6 o'clock in the morning. Let me check my phone because I texted Michelle right away when it happened. I always text Michelle when things happen because one, I want her to know and so she's up to date. But two, oh I know baby. But two, it's also good to have like a timed record over text so I can like go back and revisit things. Okay, you're gonna make mama cry and I'm not trying to cry. I'm just gonna try to tell your story. So everybody who loves you very much knows what's going on. At about 6:30 a.m., Carlos and I were sleeping and Carlos woke up and then woke me up and said, hey, there's something wrong with Rocky. He was sleeping, but then he was like cuddling with Carlos, but then he like wouldn't lay down straight and he started to cry a little bit. So we thought, oh, was there something wrong with his limbs? Like, is he aching somewhere that we don't know about? So then eventually we were able to lay him down flat and he got comfortable. What had happened was when he laid down, it looked like he was kind of paralyzed. And that scared us a little bit. Obviously, we were like, what is going on? He just let out a cry that we've never heard before. And then he wasn't responding to us. So we were like, Rocky? We were like trying to, not like, we were just kind of like nudging him a little bit. And he wouldn't respond and he just froze. And he froze for probably like a minute or so. And if you have pets, you know, sometimes in the morning, a lot of the times, like dogs in general will play dead. There have been so many times where like Casper will be like in deep sleep and he doesn't hear us and we actually think he's dead. So we like put our ear up to his heart and we like see if he's breathing. If you guys are new to the channel, this is Rocky. He is our senior dog. We rescued him from the shelter when he was 9 years old. When we rescued him, the vet at the rescue center said, hey, he's got a heart murmur and he's got these conditions, blah, blah, blah. He just turned 15 in July. So that is where we are right now in our life. So we thought that Rocky had passed away in that moment and we both were like staying calm and logical but also freaking out. Eventually Rocky like opened his eyes and his ear went up and I was like, oh my God, he's alive. So that's what happened at around 6:30. So I texted Michelle, I was like, oh my God, something weird just happened, but we're going back to bed. That all happened at 6:30 and it ended probably like by 6:45. Then I would say then we went back to bed and I had slipped into deep sleep again and Carlos was still up because he was like, I can't go back to bed. That made me really nervous. So he was on his phone and I would say so now it's like 7 o'clock. Around 8 o'clock, Carlos wakes me up and goes, babe, wake up. And I wake up and Rocky is having a seizure. We rescued Rocky in 2019. We knew about his heart murmur. At the time, it was a stage 2 heart murmur, I believe. And then we rescued him July 2019. July 2020, a year later, Rocky experiences his first seizure. And Carlos and I have never seen a dog have a seizure in our life. We didn't know what to do or what it would look like. And if you guys have never seen a dog have a seizure, for educational purpose, I would totally recommend looking it up on YouTube and learning more about it online. So he has a seizure, we freak out. We didn't know what to do. That seizure probably lasted what felt like a lifetime, but it was probably like 20 or 30 seconds. We rushed him to the ER. We were basically told that seizures, the dogs need to be on medication when they have like seizure episodes a few times like a month or a week. And that was the first time in pretty much the last time that he had it. So he didn't have to be put on medication. Then I believe it was like November 2023, I was sitting in the living room here with Michelle and Rocky had a second seizure. So a few years later, he had a second seizure. And then this seizure that he had this week was his third one. So it's been 2 years and he got a third one. Anyway, so when it happened recently this week, I woke up, Rocky is having a full-on episode. Thank goodness he is in the comfort of his bed. He sleeps in between Carlos and I because we refuse to let him sleep alone in his whole area or in the room. We want him to be in between us so we know if anything happens during the night. And I'm so grateful that he was sleeping in between us and like we were there for him because, and this is why we don't leave him home alone. We pretty much only trust Michelle to watch Rocky just in case anything happens. Like he's always with us because we never know. So he was laying in the bed. I woke up. He was like in a full episode and it was just really scary to go through. And so like the only time
It's okay. I know. It's okay. He's okay. He's okay. Huh? It's okay, baby. He's good, look. He's good, look.
I know.
He's okay. Oh, Papa, you're okay.
Anyways, so he was having the seizure. This one lasted way longer than we had ever experienced. It was probably like 45 seconds to a minute, which is a really long time. Sometimes dogs can have seizures for like 5 minutes or more, and that's when you immediately need to rush them to the emergency room. Anyways, this one lasted way longer than we thought, and the whole time like Carlos and I were thinking like, oh my god, like what's going on? Like he's had seizures before, but this one is so long. And like the only thing that you can do as dog parents when your dog is having a seizure is you have to be there for them. And thank you, baby.
That's toilet paper.
And you have to be there for them and basically like make sure like your dog knows that you're there and like you're there to protect them and they're gonna be okay, because when they're going through the episode, they're like basically completely paralyzed. They can't function or move any part of their body. And while he was like seizing, he was also peeing and pooping at the same time because he couldn't control anything. He's peed before, but he's never like pooped. And I was like freaking out because I was like, I've never experienced that part of the whole thing with Rocky before. And he was also drooling. It was so hard to see our dog in that situation. Usually after dogs have their episode, they're disoriented for probably about like 20 minutes because they're trying to like go back to their normal self and they're like waking up and they're like, what happened? Like what's going on? So we knew that after the seizure ended, he was going to be disoriented. And usually he's only disoriented for like 20 minutes. But this time he was disoriented for 1 hour. So his seizure ended up stopping around like 7:20, I believe. Yeah, it was 8:20, sorry. Because I texted Michelle at 8:20 and I was like, Rocky just had the worst seizure of his life. And so that's when it stopped. And we let him to potty and he came back into the house and he was really disoriented. Like he didn't know where he was. He was like running into walls and running into like, we had like some boxes at the front of the house and he was like running into them. You want to go with?
No, just get him up a little. There we go.
Were you sliding? He was running into walls. He didn't even know who we were. It was really scary. Carlos and I, if you guys didn't know, he's blind in that eye. So he's got one eye left. And so then Carlos and I freaked out. We were like, can dogs become blind after like a seizure episode? So we thought that he completely went blind because he was running into walls. Like it was really, really bad. And so I panicked. Basically, I was like, okay, I'm calling the vet. Our family vet that we go to for everything was not open at the time. And so we have a second vet option that we always go to. They're amazing. They're a wellness center. We were able to get a hold of them. They were opening in like 20 minutes. It was like perfect timing. This also happened so early in the morning that it was like not a lot of things were open. And it was also like over the weekend. So a lot of things were closed. And so we called the vet and the vet was like, come. So by the time it was 9:20, we were in the car car, and that was 1 hour after everything ended, and he finally wasn't disoriented anymore and came back and like was himself again. But we went to the vet, we got blood work done because they want to make sure that nothing's wrong with his liver. They said that his heart definitely obviously has a heart murmur, but it wasn't like worse or anything. All of like his lymph nodes and like his legs, and they also checked his brain. Everything was good. He's for the most part good. It's not getting worse. Everything is good. But yeah, we did blood work and we're waiting for that right now, so we don't have the results for that. And he's been eating totally fine. He gets so excited for food and he's like going back to normal. But the thing with like seizures is they happen out of nowhere. Like you can't predict it. Like it could happen, God forbid, like 5 minutes from now. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next week. So you kind of just never know. We just wanted to keep you guys updated. That's what's going on. And obviously it's scarier as Rocky gets older. Now that he's 15, anything that happens to him, like we worry 10 times more. But for the most part right now, he's stable and he's kind of going back to normal. He slept through the night last night. He's been eating all of his meals. He's currently on like this kind of very subtle medication that our vet gave him. And they said that if he has another episode this week or even this month, that he most likely will be put on some type of medication for the rest of his life. But right now we're just waiting for the blood test to see what all of his levels are like. And you're gonna be okay, right? You're gonna be okay. Aww. I feel like he just is so tired today.
Yeah, that's okay.
He wants to know why everyone is upset and crying and sad. You want to go with Dada? Hey, be careful. He's fragile.
Come on. Yeah, let's go, Papa. You want to go to your bed?
He's gonna go to his bed. That's what's been going on. We're so grateful that our other 3 dogs are very calm and understanding, and they're just wanting to they just want to know what's going on with their brother. So whenever they go through this episode, they're always trying to comfort and sniff Rocky out and just make sure that he's okay. I would say that was the 3rd seizure. So out of all 3, the most recent one was the scariest. And we just hope that he just doesn't have another one. But that is what's been going on. I did not get a chance to pick up the camera at all, which is very reasonable. Picking up a camera and doing what we had planned this weekend was not on my mind. It was not going to happen. I basically cleared out the rest of the next few days just to make sure that Rocky's okay and just make sure that we watch him. So sorry that this vlog worked out like this.
I was still kind of paranoid last night going to sleep.
Yeah, Carlos really didn't sleep last night. I was in and out of sleep because I didn't want to miss anything. Rocky was sleeping right next to me in his little cushion bed, but still, it's just, yeah. So that basically just put us in a little roller coaster, but we are so grateful that it happened when it did, that we were both there. One of us wasn't alone. So yeah, anyways, we just wanted to fill you guys in on that. I think I'm gonna end the video here because I think I just, need to just have a moment, but we shall be back. We'll keep you guys updated. We always do anyways. So we always tell you guys everything that's going on, but I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. If you have pets or you have any questions or anything, because I feel like we've gone through so much and I would love to share everything that I've learned, please feel free to leave a comment down below and ask any questions. If I don't get back to you right away, I will get back to you by the end of the day. But I love you guys and I'll see you guys in the next video, which is very, very, very soon. Bye. I also forgot to mention one thing. I'm so sorry. This is also a perfect time to encourage all pet owners. We have dogs, so we usually say if you have a dog, we don't really have other pets. If you have dogs and cats, this is the perfect time to encourage you to please, please, please look into getting pet health insurance. It's so worth it. You do have to shop around and see what works best for you and your budget. And keep in mind that pet insurance is similar to health insurance, where the premium does go up and down every year. So it's totally normal to shop around for pet insurance. Just figure out what is best for you. We used to have Healthy Paws. I absolutely love them. We had them for a very, very long time. I think we had them for 4 or 5 years, and we ended up leaving them because they increased our premium by $200, and it was just way out of our budget. We just could not do that. And their deductible was a little high as well for being that high of a premium. So we ended up leaving them and we went to Spot Insurance. Spot Insurance was also amazing, but they also increased their premium a little bit. So currently right now, all of our dogs have lemonade, and lemonade has been great. They gave us the lowest amount possible, and they're really, really easy to communicate with. So I just wanted to let you know that that's where we are. I know I get so many questions about what health insurance we have for the dogs. Whatever it is going to be the right answer for you. You have to choose the health insurance company and the health insurance plan that is best for your dog and also best for your budget. That's gonna look very different for every person who's shopping for their pets. But those are the three that I recommend. They have all been such great experiences. For me, the only reason that I obviously left is because we're always trying to stay within our budget and live under our means. So it was amazing. And one thing that I can recommend to you guys when you're shopping for pet insurance is, aside from working with what works for your budget, also try your best to get unlimited coverage. A lot of these pet insurances will put a limit on the maximum coverage that they'll cover for your pet that year. For the year, they might only cover $100,000. So in that year, if your dog needs a surgery that's $150,000. I don't know what surgery that would be because $100K is a lot of coverage. So say it was like $150,000, they would only cover $100K. A lot of the times, if you go that route to put a limit on the year, your premium will be a lot lower. But if they offer unlimited coverage and you can still afford the premium that month for your dog or cat or whatever animal you may have, please go with unlimited coverage because you just really never know what your pet can get into, what will happen to your pet. If your pet is on a walk and God forbid they get attacked, there are coyotes that are a concern. If your pet accidentally eats something off the ground, if your pet gets some type of cancer, there are so many things that could happen when you have pets. And our pets are like our children, they are family. I just wanted to put that in here. I'm so sorry this segment is so freaking long. There is not a title that I love more and take as seriously as being a dog mom. Carlos and I love our 4 dogs and we treat them like children. We put them as our top priority, and they obviously, you can see, live a very comfortable, exciting, loving, happy, healthy life. And we always want to make sure that we have their best interests at heart because they have gone through so much in their life, and we want to make sure that this environment that they live and grow up in is nothing but just pure happiness and pure love, and that's all they remember from this lifetime. Anyways, I will actually go now. Highly recommend. I will try to do some research and leave some pet insurance companies down below if you guys are interested. Again, a lot of this depends on your dog's age, breed, and size. There's a lot of factors that play into how much that will look like. I'm telling you, it's worth all the money. Sometimes we've gotten like 90% of our vet visits or surgeries back. Oh, and another thing I recommend that before this, after this I'm gonna go. Another thing I recommend is it's free and it's quick. Apply for a Care credit card. It is 0 interest depending on what you use the card for, or check with your vet that you go to. It's 0 interest for 6 to 12 months. So if your dog has to have emergency surgery and it costs like $6,000, you can put it on the Care credit card, and depending on your vet, whatever plan that they chose for Care credit, you can pay off that $6,000 for 6 to 12 months, 0 interest. It is the most amazing things ever. Care credit will come in clutch for so many things. You can use it for your pets or you can use it for yourself. I know a lot of people use Care credit for their laser. What is that thing that Michelle did? Laser, the eye laser thing, when you want to fix your eyes. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm like going blank. A lot of people use Care credit for dental work as well, whether it's medical or cosmetic. A lot of people use Care credit for cosmetic things. You can also use Care credit for your pets. You just have to check with the vet that you go to and ask them if they take Care credit, but you guys, 0 interest for 6 to 12 months is amazing. So I highly recommend getting the Care credit card. We actually have it and we just have it sitting there in case we ever need it. It is such a nice cushion to have in case there are emergencies. Just go on their website. I'll have a link down below. This is not sponsored. This is genuinely a friend helping out a friend. We tell all of our friends about Care credit and tell every one of them about pet insurance. Like, we want to make sure that everything we're learning that has made our life easier, we want to be able to share with you. So 1, it'll make your life easier. 2, you won't have to make the same mistakes that we did. You just go on the Care credit website and you put in your information and they'll give you a quote right away depending on your credit score, I believe. I believe that's what it was. It was like within 5 seconds they gave us a quote of how much they would put on the card for us to use. I don't remember what ours was, but it's so incredibly good to have that huge cushion. It's also good if your pet runs into an emergency. You can use the Care credit card, and then you can send the insurance company the bill from the vet while you're waiting for the insurance company to give you the reimbursement. You don't have to touch your own money, even though I highly recommend having a savings account for your pets in case there is an emergency. But you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the times when you go to the vet's office, you have to pay out of pocket, and then you have to wait for the insurance company to reimburse you. So in the meantime, you can use your Care credit card as a huge cushion, because you just never know. Okay, now I will really go. I'm so sorry for taking up your time. I'll see you guys in the next video.